Can you hear me now? I don't know why it ain't no sound. Can y'all hear me? Okay, y'all can hear me now because I can hear myself. Okay. All right. Hey, y'all. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Oh, man. All right. So I'm sitting here. Good morning. I'm sitting here having some oatmeal and some chicken sausage, and I got a whole vibe going on in here. I got my cinnamon spice pumpkin candles burning. I got my screensaver on fall on my TV. Let me share the link if y'all want to come up. And then we can have like a little girls chit chat Sunday vibe. We can have us a little Sunday vibe. We can have us a good old time talking. Let me let the people know I'm live. Jay, what you got going on today? Are you still in the bed? You still in the bed? Yep, honey. I got up and I was hungry. I got up and I meal prepped some oatmeal. So I got up and I got up and and fixed me a bowl of oatmeal and put me a chicken sausage in the air fryer. So I'm sitting here getting ready to do my calendar for the week or for the next 2 weeks. Jay, we went down to Smyrna yesterday. It was nice. It was such a pretty day yesterday. Oh my goodness, it was such a pretty day yesterday. I'm surprised you ain't take the kids down there because they had they were giving out candy and they're gonna be down there today too. But it's gonna rain today. But it was real nice. We had a really good time. You hungry? We had a really good time yesterday. We sat out there for a couple of hours and had had some snacks and walked around. It wasn't as crowded as it was for for the Taste of Smyrna, the one you and I went to. But we had a good time out there yesterday. It was fun. It was a beautiful day yesterday. So today I need to finish folding up my clothes. Went to the Fall Festival at their school on Friday. Oh, you did. I know they loved that, Jay. I know they had a good time, baby. You went to the Fall Festival. Okay. I know they had a good time, honey. Yeah, it's time for all the fall festivals now, ain't it? Everybody doing all the fall festivals. But yeah, they were giving out candy down there, and we stayed for a little while. Then I came home and had tacos, made tacos. But that's that. Yep, that's pretty much. And then Friday, I went to Pilates Friday. So today, later on, I'm supposed to be meeting my friend and go to Flower Child for a late brunch later on today. I had never been to Flower Child, and I keep hearing everybody talk about Flower Child. It's supposed to be like vegetarian, vegan, real healthy. So I said I wanted to check it out. And my friend is a vegan. So we're gonna go there. Yes, I was broke down. Yes. You didn't get up until late. What you was broke down for all that running around at the fall fest with the children? That's why you were broke down. You was out there running around with them children at the fall fest. Was it a lot of kids, Jay? Was it a lot of kids? Yep. So yesterday I got up, y'all, and I made my own apple cinnamon oatmeal. I used the steel oats, and I kind of like baked some apples, and then I added them to my oatmeal. So I got like enough for, I got like a few more servings I can have during the week. Okay, you been to Flower Child. I love Flower Child. They took my favorite item off. Yes, we're out there for hours. Okay. All right. So what was your favorite item at Flower Child? I'm excited because I've never been before. And I keep hearing everybody talk about Flower Child, Flower Child. So I want to go check it out. So I think that's where the game come on today. So he said he was watching the game. So after the game, the Eagles play today. So we'll so that's why I told him I wanted to go. I wanted to go to Flower Child because I have never been, and plus he a vegan, so that'll work out for both of us. That'll work out for both of us. But yeah, I'm just sitting here eating, honey, and planning in my planner, honey. I got stickers, baby. I be loving using these stickers. And I pulled y'all up on my laptop instead of on my phone so I could see the comments better. But yeah, I'm just planning out. Y'all, I can't believe it's already November. OMG, y'all. It's already November. So I need to kind of plan out my Thanksgiving menu and my grocery list and see what I got. Because I be going to the grocery store, honey. I be already having stuff. So I know I'm gonna do Cornish hens this year. I'm gonna do my dressing, my mac and cheese. Samantha do the deviled eggs. I don't do potato salad. I used to years ago, but we like deviled eggs instead. So I'm gonna do deviled eggs. I probably would do a corn casserole or a green bean casserole. I'm gonna make probably 2 sweet potato pies, grilled chicken with noodles and broccoli. It was so okay. Okay. I saw something on there that had noodles in it. They have something else that have noodles in it. So I'm excited to go. So we probably go. It'll probably be later this afternoon, probably about 5. I'll meet them down there. Jay, which one you go to? Do you go to the one at Lennox? Is it the one at Lennox? Yeah, so I'll probably meet him down there at the one at Lennox. But child, I'm sitting here with this chin strap on. I got from Amazon. You put it up under your chin and strap it over your head with a Velcro. It's supposed to lift your chin. So I'm sitting here with that on, trying to eat and trying to talk to y'all at the same time with my chin lifted up. With my chin lift, my face lift strap. And then afterwards, I'll go do a face mask. I have a face mask. I don't know if I want to do the mask or the face mask sheets. I have a couple of things in there, but on Sunday, I try to do like a face mask and exfoliate real good. I exfoliate my body like 3 times a week, and then I exfoliate my face 3 times a week. But I start off with Sunday, and I'll do it like Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll exfoliate. But yeah, I'm just sitting here. Just a vibe. It smells like fall in here. And then I got the screensaver on fall from YouTube, and it's kind of playing like jazz, and it's just a slow fall morning with my candles, eating my apple cinnamon oatmeal, my chicken sausage with my pumpkin spice latte that I made at home because we got food at home. We got food at home, okay? We got food at home, okay? Okay, girl. Me always getting stuff already. Oh, yeah. The one on the west side. Okay. Yes, Jay. I gotta look at make sure I got everything that I need, The only thing I think I really need is I gotta get and collard greens. I gotta get my greens because I'm gonna make some greens. We gotta have those. But yeah, I'm um I'm gonna start cooking. I took Wednesday off the day before Thanksgiving. We have Thursday and Friday off. So I'm just gonna enjoy cooking, baking pies. I might even get froggy this year because I have a lot of apples that I bought. I wish I could have went to the apple picking, but the nearest one that they have, I think is one in Powder Springs, if I'm not mistaken, Jay. Powder Mill. Okay. Um. Okay, so we probably can go to that one because the only one that I saw was the one by Lennox, but it's one Ohio Mill. Okay. So I wish I could have went to the apple picking farm. Okay, you gonna be on vacation. I know that's right. So I'll work Monday and Tuesday, then I'll be out Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So I'm gonna start cooking. Jay, you cooking a big dinner? I think you told me you were because your son comes. So yeah, so I'll get Cornish hens. We'll eat we love Cornish hens, honey. And I'll get those. And of course I gotta get my smoked turkey necks to go on my greens, and what I do is I cook them down and get all that salt out of them, and then I take the meat off the bones and put it in my greens, and it seasons them real good. And then I put my vegetable broth and all my other stuff in there, but I cook my greens in a crock pot. But and then we doing mac and cheese. And here's the thing with mac and cheese. I usually cook so much mac and cheese. I cook a lot of dressing and a lot of mac and cheese, and I just be trying to narrow it down to smaller servings, but I always cook too much. I always cook too much. Yes, I always cook a big dinner. I can't wait. Yes, I can't wait for my dressing either. And that's why I got to get the stuff for my dressing. I got to get all the stuff for my dressing. All the veggies, and I saute my veggies. Jay, you saute your veggies before you put them in your dressing, your celery and your onions. I do all green in mine. I don't do white onions. I do all green in my dressing, and I saute everything. I chop it up real fine and I saute it. I can't stand to eat no dressing and it be crunchy. Yes, I can't stand to eat no dressing, baby, and it be crunchy. Have you ever had somebody dressing and you be crunching on the celery? Baby, I can't do it. I cannot do it. And then I take some of my turkey necks and put some of the meat in my dressing too. But I know some people do like the gizzards and all of that too. That's how my mama used to cook her dressing. She used to add the gizzards in it, but I don't be doing all that. I just take some of my turkey meat and put it in there. And then I'll make me some homemade gravy and have some dinner rolls. And I like to get up early on Thanksgiving because I like to watch the Thanksgiving Day parade. And so I cook and put a little something in my coffee. It's hard to cook small portions. Yes. Yeah. Yes, I know, Shay. I know. Some people, honey, some people, they stuff be crunchy. They stuff be crunchy. Now and then also I hear people say they put another egg in their dressing. The cornbread already got egg in it. Why would you put another egg in? If you make homemade cornbread, it already has eggs in it. Why would you put another egg in your dressing? And then another thing that I don't like either, that my mama taught me, I don't like white dressing. I don't like dressing that's not cooked all the way through. So what my mama taught me is to put paprika in it, and it helps the dressing brown. So as it's in the oven browning, I'll put paprika in it. You can't taste it, but it helps the dressing to brown as you stir all the way through. Yep, that's it. Yes. I'm watching the Thanksgiving parade, honey. I'll be cooking and watching the Thanksgiving Day parade. And so I'm excited about Thanksgiving coming. I'm excited to cook, you know. So I gotta make my list to make sure that I have everything. So I'm gonna go get everything and probably next week. Probably next week I'm gonna get everything. I can, fit stuff in the freezer. I got a lot going on in that freezer, so I need to make room. But today, yeah, so I'm gonna go to Flower Child with my friend and just have a late dinner or early dinner rather. I have dressing. Yes, that's how I like mine. Now, Jay, do you make homemade cranberry sauce with the berries, or you buy it in the can? My sister know how to make it, but I don't know how to make it. But I like my canned cranberry sauce to have the berries. I like berries in mine. I like the cranberries in mine. Now, I was thinking about making my own cranberry sauce, but I don't know. This would be my first time trying to make it for Thanksgiving. So I don't know how it would turn out. Do you make your own cranberry sauce, Jay, or do you like cranberry sauce? I think I'm gonna try to make my own, get a bag of cranberries. I think my sister said you just put um, lemon juice and something else in it, in the berries. So I think I'm gonna try to make my own. Y'all, the link is in the chat if y'all want to come up. And we have a little morning chat if y'all want to come up. We just chit chatting, talking about Thanksgiving, fall vibes. But yeah, I'm thinking about I'm gonna do a little baking this year. Menopause had me last year, but I'm feeling a little good. So I think I'm gonna do a little baking this year. I'm gonna bake probably one or two sweet potato pies. Get the crust. Get the crust and I like for my sweet potato crust to be brown. I don't like a gummy sweet potato crust. So what I do with my crust is I put little holes in it and I put it in the oven and let it get just a little bit brown. And then I put my sweet potato mix in it. My son's girlfriend, he brought home last Thanksgiving. She was going to give me a recipe homemade. Okay, but they broke up. Yeah, my sister makes it. I forgot. I gotta find out what else she put in it. But I'm thinking about trying to make my own. I don't know. I've been eating it out of the can all these years. Ocean, what is it? Ocean spray cranberry cranberry sauce. So it'll be good. It'll be good. It'll be good. So I'm thinking about trying to make my own cranberry sauce this year. But yeah. So Jay, do you have a traditional turkey? I like Cornish hens. They're a little fat and greasy, but they be so good. Oh my goodness, they be so good. They be so good. They be so good. I love me some Cornish hens, baby. They be so good. Yeah, I got enough to go. Okay. All right. Yeah. Baby. I know a lot of people like to cook like whole turkeys. And I don't really like turkey like that. Y'all like turkey like that? I don't really like turkey like that. I say yes, traditional turkey, but I have done Cornish hens before. Okay, Jay. So Jay. You do a whole turkey? Wow, wow. I don't even think I did. I think one time we did do a whole turkey. When I was married, we used to get smoked turkeys. We got one a couple of times from Popeyes, I think once or twice. And then there's this like meat store that's on Lower Roswell Road in East Cobb that will they have smoked turkeys, and I bought a couple of smoked turkeys from them a few times, but I just don't like turkey like that. I don't know what it is. Good morning, everybody. We just chit chatting, we just talking about the holidays and coming up and cooking and what we gonna cook. And I'm sitting here planning, having a slow Sunday morning. Got my candles burning. It's such a vibe in here. It smells like pumpkin. It smells like fall in here. I got like three or four candles burning. Nope. After 2 days, I'm done with the turkey. Yes, when the whole family comes for dinner. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't really like turkey like that. But them Cornish hens be on point. So that's what I'm gonna do this year. I'm gonna do some Cornish hens. And then y'all, when I cook, I don't really do nothing after on Thanksgiving. I sit down, I watch movies, and I just nibble and eat all day. But that Friday, I don't know if it's gonna be any Black Friday sales with the way the economy going. But I do like to go down to the Nordstrom sale. I do like to go down there because they be having some really nice gift sets down there. But I don't know, y'all. It's raining. It's raining over here. It's such a gloomy day. But yeah, that's what I do for Thanksgiving. Just chill. And then if I think I need something, more Christmas decor, I might go to Hobby Lobby, but I don't need nothing else. I got enough out there in that garage already. I don't need nothing else. I don't need nothing else, child. Nothing else. But yeah, so we just gonna enjoy the holidays, and then Christmas will be here before you know it. So last year for Christmas, this is what I did. I um I did like a thank you tray for all of my deliverers, like for UPS, Amazon, FedEx, because Christmas time we order a lot of stuff, and I have a lot of packages coming. So what I did is I set up like a thank you basket, and I set it outside my door. And I had like snacks. I had like water. I had like Starbucks coffee, the ones that come in a bottle. I had like chips. I had granola bars. I had breakfast bars. I had crackers. I had cookies. I had Sprites and Cokes. And I can see, what they actually get because I can see it on my camera on my ring. And don't you know that everybody will come and take a Coke or a Sprite and nobody would never get the water. And I was like, don't nobody drink every time I would restock it, I would notice that all the Coke and Sprite would be gone and the Starbucks drinks, like the ones that come in the bottle. So I would like put 3 of everything out there every day. So I would just go, Walmart and buy a big bulk of stuff and just put it out there. And I do it from November 1st to not November 1st. I do it from the Friday after Thanksgiving all the way up to the end of December. I have like just a basket out there where they saying thank you, please help yourself to any other items that you like. And people, they would take it, nobody would overindulge, but they wouldn't get no water. And I could never understand that. I could never understand that. Never understand that. Why they wouldn't get no water? You got me like, yeah, Joe. White barn pumpkin apple. Yes, honey. I got my apple spices going in here. I got one in my entryway burning when you first come in. And then I got my apple spice plug wallflowers from Bath and Body Works. And then I have another one sitting on my bar when you come in. Then I have one sitting on my stand in my living room. So it is just lit up in here, baby. It smells like fall and it's all cozy. And I'm planning. Yeah, you have to romanticize your life. Let's talk about romanticizing our life. You don't always have to have the people and all the things. It's about how you feel inside and what you vision for yourself, right? So you have to romanticize your life. And I've learned that being in this season of my life and being divorced, I have learned how to romanticize my life. You have to learn how to do that, right? Let me see. They want sodas. Yeah. Yeah. They want sodas. So I always stock up. So I do it from the Friday after Thanksgiving all the way down to the end of December. And they just come and they get them some snacks or whatever, and then I refill it, and I may spend maybe for that month in snacks, maybe $30-$40, because I buy like a big, box. And a lot of people will take the Starbucks too, the Starbucks drinks. A lot of people took those as well. They like to have those. But I think it's just a good gesture, to give back. It's a blessing to give back. And I appreciate them bringing my packages. So I have FedEx come, UPS. Now that mean ass post lady we got over here, her ass even took a snack last year with her little mean self. Now the law is like when you see a mail carrier putting mail in a mailbox and they have the mailboxes open. If you live in a community, you aren't supposed to walk up on a mail person. That's law because they're federal employees. So, and then they're putting mail in, right? And it's not secure. So you're not supposed to walk up. You're not supposed to walk up on them. You're supposed to let them put the mail in and then you go retrieve your mail, right? And that's fine. I understand that. So one day she had put the mail in and I had walked in the mail room, right? Our mail room is secured and it's locked. And I had buzzed in and walked in the mail room. And she was putting the mail in there. I was getting a box out of my mailbox. And that's one thing about her. She's so lazy. She'll stuff boxes in my mailbox. And then I have a hard time getting them out. And she was like, this was around Christmas time. You all gonna have to start coming to get y'all packages either from the post office or I'm gonna start leaving the packages in the office. And I just looked at her. I was like, oh, okay. I just looked at her. But I guess that didn't work out for her because she's still bringing them down here. Like if I get a package and it can't fit in the mailbox, I can see her walking up on my ring and she'll throw the package in front of the door. Her big wide ass. Some of these people, she'll throw the package in front of the door. And then later on, a few weeks, I guess, after she came back, she delivered another one. And she saw I had some snacks out there, right? For the delivery people. And I could see her. She took the package and she set it down this time. She didn't throw it this time, y'all. She set it down in front of the door. And I'm looking at her on the ring all the time, right? And she set it down in front of the door. And then she eased on. She kind of stood back because she didn't want to be on the ring. And she came around on the side of the table where the basket was with the snacks. And I could see her hand, but I couldn't see her, but I could see her hand. And she was going through the snacks and she got her a couple of snacks. I think she got a bag of chips and a granola bar or something and a Sprite. I said, I should have told her. I should have hit my intercom on my ring and told that nosy heifer to get the hell out of my basket with your mean tail. Okay, you buy flowers, burn candy. Yes, you have to romanticize your life. I like fresh flowers too. Sometimes I can catch them at Kroger. That's another tip, y'all. Sometimes Kroger will mark down flowers. And then you can get like a dozen of roses sometime that they've marked down. And they've been in pretty good condition for like $7.99, $7 or something like that. But yes, romanticizing your life, burning candles, playing music, buying flowers, just all the vibes, If you can't do that for yourself, then nobody else is gonna be willing to do it for you. And that's just the truth right there, y'all. That's just the truth. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, oh mean fell. Now before she was throwing my packages down, but when she seen I had snacks out there, she gonna sit the package down. She gonna sit the package down, Jaden. When she saw I had the snacks out there, she gonna sit it down in my door. And then she didn't want to see me get the snack. She went around on the other side of the table, but I still could see her hand. I still could see her hand reaching for the snacks. I said, she a mess. I said, she is a mess. She is a mess. So when I see her truck out there, I don't even I wait till she gone to pick up my mail. Cause honey, she's something else. She is a mess. She's so mean. I'm like, girl, if you don't bring my package to this door, if you don't bring my package up to this door. So she been bringing the packages. She been bringing them. So I'm gonna see if she gonna get anything this year. But yeah, they were picking up the snacks and it was just like, thank you for your delivery. Merry Christmas or happy holidays. I tend to say happy holidays because some people don't celebrate Christmas. So I never say Merry Christmas. I always say happy holidays. Just from being in corporate America, when I treat myself, I use my good wine glasses. I know that's right. Yes, Natasha. Pull out your best for you. Pull out your best for you. Oh, and speaking of glasses, y'all, I want to tell y'all the Dollar Tree have the Crate and Barrel dupes, the glasses with the ribs in them that is trending now. They have the 8-ounce and the 4-ounce glasses at Dollar Tree. When I tell you them things are so heavy, like the real ones in Crate and Barrel. So if you have a good Dollar Tree by you, go in there and get you some of them Crate and Barrel dupes. When I tell you them dupes are everything, I'll take a picture of them and put them in my community tab so y'all can see them. They are everything, okay? They are everything, okay? So yes, pull out your stuff. Oh, that's sweet. I might do it this year and do it. Some snacks out. Yeah, do it. Do it, Jay. It's gratifying and it's a way to give back, right? It's a blessing to be a blessing. If your hands are closed all the time, how are the blessings going to come in, right? So I think I'm going to put the link. Hey, we just, y'all waking up now. Me and Jay been in here chatting up. Me and Jay been in here chatting it up, honey. How y'all doing? I'm just sitting here, honey, having a slow morning, romanticizing my morning with some oatmeal, homemade oatmeal that I made, and apples and cinnamon. Made me a pumpkin latte spice. I got my candles burning. I got my screensaver on my TV playing jazz with the fall background. And it's just a vibe in here, y'all. It's just a vibe, baby. Got my planner. I'm getting ready to plan out my weeks. Plan my menu for Thanksgiving. Go grocery shopping. I'm just about to do all the things, y'all. I am about to do all the things, honey. Yep. I'm just sitting here enjoying myself, What better way to appreciate me and to enjoy myself, You've been okay, you doing your prayer meditation. Yes. I turned my bishop on earlier, but he always out of town. I don't know where Bishop Ronald be. He be out of town, but I'm gonna go back and watch Jamal Bryant too later on. I like to watch him too. But yes, yeah, just having a slow morning. It's kind of gloomy here today. So I wanted to get up and I had chicken sausage and oatmeal and just enjoying my Sunday. Just enjoying my Sunday and relaxing, just relaxing and romanticizing my life. Let's talk about that. We were talking about that earlier, buying yourself flowers, burning your candles, putting on some music, having a glass of wine or woman of wealth, drinking your golden milk before you go to bed. Yes. Yes. Just yes. Just doing all the things. Just doing all the things. Okay, it's gloomy, rained overnight. Yep. And then later on, I'm gonna meet my friend and go to Flower Child and have like a late lunch. So I'm excited about that. But right now, I'm just chilling, y'all. It smells so good in here, y'all. It's like I got the jazz screensaver on, and the jazz is playing, and the candles are burning. And I did all my chores yesterday. I cleaned up real good, stripped everything down, and made sure I even took out my. Let's talk about the green machine. Who got y'all? I've been sleeping on that damn green machine. That little cleaner, the little one that you hold in your hand. Baby, when I tell you that thing suck up some dirt, if you just got like a little area, like you got posted chairs that you want to clean, or your sofa, or if you spill some on your carpet, or you got a small area you want to clean, get you one of them green machines. They be on sale on Amazon around the holiday time. But when I tell you them things soak up, when I tell you they clean, so I had did my chairs at the beginning of the fall. It's a small cleaner. It's like a carpet cleaner or upholstery cleaner, but it's small. You can carry it. It's not as big as a carpet cleaner, but it's small and compact, and it has a hose on it. And you put the cleaning solution in it on one side and you put the water on the other side, and it has a suction hose. And like if you have chairs you want to clean, or your carpet in a small area that you want to clean, when I tell you, you see, I'm like, I know damn well my chairs ain't this dirty because don't nobody sit in them. Ain't nobody here to even sit in these chairs. And these chairs, baby, when I tell you all the dust and dirt, I was like, oh my God, what are all this? Oh, that green machine is, and I think they only like, sometime y'all, you can find them for like $69.99 on Amazon. So I did that with my fall cleaning. I kind of, cleaned all my chairs and made sure everything was washed. I took my curtains down in my room. I washed those. I stripped everything down. I dust, I wipe. So baby, it's a vibe in here. It's a vibe in here, baby. I went old school yesterday, baby. I put me a little ammonia in my water when I cleaned my bathroom, and I wiped everything down in there, because everything, I got white cabinets, and I can't stand a nasty white cabinet or a white door, baby. And then when I put my glasses on and I can see real good, I go in, because everything is white in here, and I'm like, oh, I can't do that. So I wipe down everything real good and in my room. So I'm just sitting here, y'all, having a good Sunday. And I hope y'all having a good Sunday too. Yeah, it's by Bissell. Yes. That's the one. That's the one. That little thing is a beast. I told my sister about it. She went and got her one. She talking about, damn. She went and got her one. And I like it because it's small, because I can store it like you can store it in your closet. I keep mine out in the garage. But baby, when I pull that little thing out, Like they came in here and shampooed the carpet, right? They shampooed my carpet all over, but they didn't do my area rugs. Like I have a big area rug in the dining room and the living room. Baby, I moved that stuff out the way, honey. I went up and down that area rug with that green machine. It was squeaking clean. You found it? Okay. It's the truth. That thing is the truth, baby. I say this little thing right here is powerful, and when you put it, you can just see it. It just be. I'd be like, whoa. Dump that water out, and it comes with a bottle of cleaning solution. And I used all mine the first time, but I just reordered some on Amazon. And you put it in there, baby, they get the job done. If you get, got a small area, like my area rugs, they shampooed all the carpet in here for me. But back in September, but then my area rugs, just in spots where we be, you know. So yeah, y'all, I'm up and just chilling. I need to go shop like a bit. Exactly. Now, baby, everything is 125. But y'all look, if people are complaining about the Dollar Tree going up, how long did we have that good run with a dollar at the Dollar Tree? About 30, 40 years. Come on now. Come on now. I went in there the other day, y'all. I spent $50. Y'all, I found a cookbook in the Dollar Tree. It's called Natural Dishes, Naturally Made Dishes. And it has like vegan dishes in there. Like I'm gonna make a mushroom pasta. It has mushrooms in it. You can put chickpeas or butter beans in it. You can put cilantro or onions in it, and your sauce is coconut milk. So I'm gonna do that recipe that I found in there. But I found a cookbook in the Dollar Tree with good recipes in it for $1.25. Now there's two Dollar Trees over here by me, but they just recently opened up another one that's on Carl Parkway, and it's kind of big and it has all the good things in it. And that's where I found those Crate and Barrel dupe glasses, those rib glasses. They had them in the Dollar Tree. They look exactly like the ones in Crate and Barrel, and they are heavy like the ones in Crate and Barrel. They come in 8 ounce and they come in 4 ounce. And when I tell you those glasses, they so pretty. Oh my goodness, they so pretty. So when I want to like do my iced coffee, when I want to romanticize my iced coffee, I put my iced coffee in my Dollar Tree glasses. That's what I do, y'all. I put my iced coffee in my Dollar Tree glasses. But yeah, y'all, going to just romanticizing your life, having a good time and feeling good about it, you know. On at this stage in your life, just having a good time and feeling good. And like I meal prep, I try to meal prep so I won't do it during the week when I'm working, because it's so easy to get up from my desk and walk in the kitchen and go grab some chips or grab something that I ain't supposed to be having in there, so I try to make sure. So I know I have enough oatmeal for another 2 or 3 servings. And then I'm going to make me some egg bites. I made egg bites last week. So what I did is I made high protein egg bites. So I put bell peppers in them. I put the trio red, yellow and orange bell peppers in them. I chopped up some spinach. I put spinach in them. And I chopped up some turkey bacon and I put turkey bacon in them. And when I tell you they turned out so good, and then I put a little cottage cheese in some of mine, but some I didn't for the protein. When I tell you they turned out so good, so I had enough of those to last me for breakfast, so I can have breakfast in the morning, right? If I wanted breakfast in the morning. Or I'll have Greek yogurt, chai flax seeds, and some granola in the morning. I'll do something like that. But I think I'm gonna meal prep me some more egg bites. So I'll have those. And they were really good, y'all. They were really good. I'm making an espresso now. Okay, I've seen the trend making espressos without the machine. Yes, I have the instant coffee. Yes, yes. Yeah, make you an iced coffee and get you a cute little straw. I got a couple of glass straws that I stick down in my coffee. Yeah, romanticize it. Get up and just have a good time. And I thought about getting me one of those little portable fireplaces, fire pits to sit, the tabletop fire pit to sit outside on my balcony. So I can go out there, and drink my coffee in the fall before it gets too cold and light my little fire pit, my little portable tabletop fire pit. So I'm thinking about doing that too, just romanticizing your life, y'all. That's what it's all about. That is what it's all about. Okay, you have homework and you're doing Pilates. Okay. Oh, I'm loving Pilates. I've already scheduled my Pilates for the week. I've already scheduled my Pilates for the week. So I did that last week though. I'm loving Pilates. Pilates is where it's at. Okay. I see why. I see why people are doing Pilates. At first I was like, what is up with Pilates, 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 Pilates? But now I see why people do it. I see why people do Pilates and yoga. Y'all, it is so beneficial. It makes your body feel good. I don't ache anymore. I used to ache. I used to get up and be stiff. With all that stretching and pulling, I'm toning and my core is getting stronger because we know the core is the foundation, right? And when you get older, you need to make sure that your core is strong. If you notice, sometimes when you see elderly people, they hope that their back is curved and they kind of shuffle. That's because their core is not strong. And we need to, so many benefits. We need to make sure that our core is strong. Yeah, yes. We need to make sure that our core is really strong. And that's why I love it so much. I love it. I love it so much. And that yoga, baby, when we left out of yoga, baby girl was even talking about, woo, I ain't know she was going to do out. Baby, that yoga gets you right too. So I'm really enjoying it. Baby girl say, look at you. You a yoga and a Pilates girl. Who would have known? I am. And you know what? I was driving home, y'all, from Pilates Friday. I went into Aldi's. The Aldi's wasn't all that, y'all. I thought the Aldi's was gonna be all that in Buckhead. That store was so tore up. And then it was homeless people standing outside the store. And I was like, come on, Andre, you're gonna have to do better. Andre is the mayor of Atlanta. Andre gonna have to tighten up downtown, y'all. Downtown Atlanta is looking real sketchy these days, okay? Before they had that big World Cup, they're gonna have to tighten up. They're gonna have to tighten up. Everybody like to come to the ATL. Y'all be careful. Y'all be careful, cause I was feeling some type of way when I went into that Aldi's right off of Peachtree. Right off of not Peachtree. Peachtree. Right off of Peachtree. And Piedmont. It's right there, Peachtree and Piedmont. I'm thinking that the doggone Aldi's was gonna be nice and upscale. Baby, I walked in that Aldi's. It was stuff like your baby girl said, stuff was all over the place. I was like, the shelves were bare. I was like, come on, Buckhead Aldi's. We got to do better than this. We got to do better than this, Buckhead Aldi's. But I went into the Aldi's and I kind of picked up a few things at Aldi's that I wanted. And then I was driving home. And sometimes, you just be in deep thought. And here lately, I've been a thought of gratitude, right? Because how are you going to be blessed with more if you're not grateful for what you have? So I'm in a season of on the other side of being, if someone were to ask me, Felicia, where are you at this stage in your life at 59? My answer would be, I'm on the other side of healing. I'm on the other side of rediscovering who I am and what makes me happy, right? So, and I'm on the side of being grateful, having gratitude every day. Every day I'm grateful. I'm showing gratitude, right? And so I was driving home the other day and from Pilates, and I was just, the sun was shining. It was just a beautiful day, right? And I was driving home and I was just thinking, how grateful I am. You're able to you have a job where you're able to have PTO, where you can take off time and go to Pilates. You can actually take PTO and say, today it's going to be a day for me. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to have a slow morning. I'm going to have my coffee in bed. I'm going to watch some YouTube videos. And then I'm going to get up, get dressed for Pilates, and I'm going to go to Buckhead and do a 50-minute class of Pilates. And then I'm going to go and do a daily in stores that I want to go to. So I was just thinking, oh God, thank you. And I was thinking from where I came from to where I am now, where there were literally days where I couldn't even raise my head off the pillow because I was so distraught and so heartbroken, y'all. I was so distraught and so heartbroken, and just felt like, I didn't, I didn't know how to pick up the pieces, 6-7 years ago, and then I look at myself now and I'm just so happy. I'm doing things that make me happy. And one of the things that make me happy, y'all, is going to Pilates. And that's what I told myself. Your daughter, yeah, off the Cascade. Yeah. And that's what I told myself. I said, Pilates makes me happy. Pouring back into myself makes me happy. Right? It took me a long time to, outside of a significant other. Of course, my child makes me happy. That's my all in all. That's my, my heart outside of my body. But discovering me and pouring into me and finding something that makes me happy at this stage in my life, in my golden years, right? Because I'm in my golden years, right? So finding something that makes me happy. And I found that what makes me happy is pouring into myself, whether it's taking myself to go get a smoothie or a protein shake, or going diddle-daddling around Hobby Lobby, or going to Nordstrom's looking at shoes, or sitting in front of the Nordstrom's cafe sipping on my almond vanilla latte and people watching. Those are the things that make me happy. Getting up, getting dressed, going to Pilates, getting up, getting dressed, and taking a walk. Just taking a walk now makes me happy. Things that I never thought about 6 years ago, because I was in a stage of trying to hold on to something or somebody that no longer served me any purpose. And I was starting to disconnect from myself. But now at this stage in my life, I can get up in the morning and do whatever the hell I want to do. Yeah, I can do what I want to do. And I wake up in the morning and I'm just so grateful, to be able to do what I want to do. My child's grown. I can go and come. She's fine. I can walk my little tail out of this apartment, watch in my garage, get in my truck, and go what I want to do. I can stay as long as I want to stay. Perfect example. Went to the Fall Fest down the street. We sat there for hours, and that made me happy. I stopped and got me some snacks from CVS, and I sat outside and people that made me happy, right? So just doing things that make me happy and not having to involve another human being to fulfill that space or fulfill my happy. When you can get to that place in your, you winning. When you can get to a place in life where you don't need another human being to solidify your happy or to validate your happy, baby, you winning. And that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Let me take this chin guard. Y'all, I'm sitting up here with my chin lifter on. I got it from Amazon. It wraps around the top of my, it goes under my neck and it has a Velcro that closes at the top of my head. So let me take it off. I ain't had it on. I wear it for about, maybe for about an hour in the morning. But yeah, y'all. So just doing self-care. You know, I'm gonna go do a facial after this. And I'm gonna meet my friend later at Flower Child and do a little date at Flower Child later on. But just romanticizing, you know, my life and feeling good about it, you know, and knowing that, you know, I'm doing something that's healthy for me. I'm drinking my water, I'm taking my supplements, you know, I'm watching my diet, and I'm feeling good. You know, I'm on the other side of that mini, and I'm feeling good. Yep, I'm feeling good about it. Yep, especially when you don't care how society feel about us being alone. Yes. Yes, woman of wealth. And you know what? You know, I companionship is wonderful. I want it, but I'm at a stage in life, you know, well, Lord, let your will be done. What you see fit for me, Lord, I'm willing. I'm what you have for me in this season, Lord. That's my prayer. Lord, what you have for me in this season, I'm open to it. I'm not going against what you don't have for me anymore. Okay, I'm not trying to force anything. What you have for me, Lord, I'm open. I'm open to marriage. I want to be married. I want a companionship. But in my season of being single, I'm enjoying it. When you push against something, the more you push against it, the more it's gonna be hard to get. And that's just life. It's just life. The more you push against being single, you know, you start to block things in your life. You know, oh, men are this. Men. I stopped that. I changed my whole attitude around that. You know, my thing now, Lord, whatever, whomever, whatever your will is, I'm open to it because I know your will is for my good, right? I may not be able to see it sometime, but when I get on the other side of it, like going through that marriage, you know, I went through. I couldn't see the good in it, but now I do because it was to get me where I am today. And I have a testimony and I can share, right? So society, yes, will try to, you know, make you single, and especially as you get older, and make you feel like that you ain't gonna find nobody at a certain age. And that's a lie from the pits of hell. I rebuke that. That's a lie. People out here getting married all the time in their 60s and their 70s. People are dating in their 50s. Some woman on TikTok, she 57. She's doing a whole series on her dates. She's on her TikTok doing a whole series of every date that she goes on. Some are good, some are bad. The last day she had, they went to the farmer's market because she's a caterer. And the man showed up on his moped. And she said the man got off the moped and he wanted to hug her. He took his helmet off and he was all sweaty. She said he smelled like hamburger meat and onions. I hollered. I hollered. So women are out here dating y'all in their 50s and their 60s. Exactly. Okay, Natasha, y'all see that? My mom's friend married a rich man and she was 70. Okay. Okay. So my mindset now is to enjoy my single life because I know at some point I am going to get married again. I am going to be married again, right? And I think that this just prepares me to be able to show somebody how to treat me, right? If a man see that you love yourself and you know how to treat yourself, he gonna be like, oh, she love herself and she take good care of herself. And I know she ain't gonna accept nothing less from me. She's not gonna accept nothing less from me because she pours into herself. So I'm gonna have to pour into her too. And that's just where I'm at. That's where I'm at. But I was driving home and I was just so grateful to be able to, to be able to have the health and strength to go to Pilates and do all that jumping and rolling and flipping and throwing your legs up and doing crunches and lifting weights. And, I'm just in a season of gratitude. And I think when you're in a season of gratitude and being grateful, it opens up the door for more blessings, right? When you're in a season of gratitude, there's always something that you can be grateful for. Find the small things that you can be grateful for and say it out loud. I am grateful for this. I'm grateful for that. And see how things will shift. See how things will shift in your life, right? Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I go off a little bit. I was in the CVS yesterday. And I went to it was another lady on the right of me. And she was scanning her stuff. She was on the right of me. She was scanning her stuff. I came down the aisle and I looked over to my right. I saw another lady and she was on her phone. She was trying to decide what she needed to do. And so she wasn't moving towards the line. So I walked up to the other self-checkout terminal, right? Now as soon as you get into a mindset and get into a place of peace and gratitude, and you doing your meditation, you reading your scriptures, you reading your psalms, you reading your daily word, here come Lucifer, little sister. She say, ma'am, the line back there. So baby girl was standing on the side of me. I looked at baby girl and I looked at the lady. I said, you know what? Sometimes people just need to mind their business. The world would be a better. And before, when she said that, the lady behind her said, "Oh, she's fine. I'm okay. I'm not ready." The lady said, "Oh, she's fine. She's okay. She's okay. I'm not ready." And I said, people need to mind their business. I said, in all my 60 years, and I think I'm pretty smart. I think I'm pretty smart. In all my 60 years, I can't figure out why people can't mind their damn business. And I looked at her again. Mind your business. And she looked at me, looked at Samantha, and she said, she chuckled and laughed and started gathering up her shit and walked out the store. Because she ain't want no smoke. Now I'm walking up. I already and scoped the place out. Because I would have never stepped in front of somebody if they would have been in the line. And I know I look like I'm about 25. But my thing is, what make you think you can say to direct another woman? It had nothing to do with you. You was at your terminal doing self-checkout, scanning your stuff. You stopped to scan your stuff to tell me, ma'am, it's a line. Why? Why? And the lady said, oh, she's fine. She's okay. Yeah, I don't know why people can't mind their business. And then when something do happen, when people do need help, they act like they don't see it and pull out their phones and record it. It's just crazy to me. I tell my son that I'm saving lives, but not dating doing menopause. I'll be done. Exactly. Yes. And y'all, that's the way I felt with Trucker Bay. I was like, this man gonna be up in here fighting. I can't do him. And I don't want nobody aggravating me and agitating me, you know? Especially when you're in menopause, because you already irritable. You already irritable. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. I get it, woman of well. But yeah, y'all, and I'm like, it's paused. I say, you know what? I don't know why people can't mind their business. The world would be a better place if we would just mind our business. Mind your business. And she looked at me and I looked at her. And she chuckled, laughed. I don't know what that meant. And then she grabbed her stuff and I turned around to make sure, I was standing my ground at that point. I was standing my motherfucking ground at that point because it was going to be what it was. And so me and baby girl were both looking at her. Can you imagine you just walk in the store because you a foodie, because you greedy and you want you some glazed pecans, right? You walk in the store, you walk up to the terminal, and then all this jump off because somebody ain't minding their business. I seen the lady. I would have never cut the lady. The lady wasn't ready. That's why she said, she's fine. I'm not ready yet. But she had her back turned, so she didn't know what was going on behind her. But she just felt obligated to say something to me. And y'all, I know the Bible says we fight against principalities. This is just flesh and spirits. And sometimes I do believe that sometimes people get vexed by other people's spirits, right? Sometimes spirits tap into spirits. And sometimes people that you don't even know have a problem with you because it's a spirit thing. And I don't know if her spirit just wasn't feeling my spirit or what it was, but she learned today. She learned yesterday to mind your business. Scan your stuff. She stopped, literally, y'all stopped scanning her items to tell me it was a line. Ma'am, it's a line. Girl, if you don't go take your wide back ass on out of this store and leave me alone so I can get my snacks and go on about my day. Leave me alone. I'm not even bothering you. And you know, baby girl, my baby a Capricorn, so she ain't finna say too much. But she looked up at my baby, and then she looked back at me. I guess she said, well, I don't want my ass beat today. Let me get the fuck up on out of here. Like she worked there. Yeah. Like she worked there. I'm like, get a life, lady. Get a life. Get a life. Find you something safe to do. Because you better off tickling a grizzly bear ass than fucking with me. Find you something safe to do. And leave me alone. I don't bother nobody. I don't bother nobody, y'all. I mind my business when I go out. I speak to people. I'm friendly, but I don't get in nobody's business. I don't be nosy. I mind my business because people are unhinged because of the state of the economy, what's going on in the world. I pray before I leave the house. But some people just can't mind their business. Now, if it was somebody in there being wrong, she would have acted like she wouldn't have seen it or heard it. But she just felt like she had to say something to me. And I lit her ass up. I'm like, girl, don't let this 5'2" fool you. 5 feet fool you. On a good day. I'm about 5 feet on a good day, 4'11" on a bad one. But I want all the smoke. I want all the smoke. Stop messing with me, especially when I ain't messing with nobody. But I went right on here by my day and we went down to the park and down to the festival and we had a good time yesterday. But it's just things like that you have to deal with. And thank God I'm on the other side of menopause, because if I would have still been in full blown menopause, y'all might not have been here for me today. because y'all might not be hearing from me today. For real. Y'all, that's the link if y'all want to come up, the link down at the bottom. But y'all might not want y'all. It's just a mess, y'all. It's just a mess. I tell you, it's a mess. It's a mess. People, and you just really have to pray over yourself and stay protected. And I'm not gonna let nobody disturb my peace. I refuse to, I had to tell her that because next time she'll know better. Sometimes people just don't know better. So she had to be taught. Next time she'll think about before she open up her mouth and say something to somebody. And I was nice. Because if she would have got somebody else, who would have known, she would have got cussed out real bad. And I was nice. I just told her to mind her business. I was real nice about it. But who knows next time if she tried it. So I had to teach her something. She had to be taught. Sometimes you got to teach people. You got to teach people. So I refuse to let anybody, that didn't make, spoil my day. I refuse to let anybody have control over my energy, but I am going to let you know when I think that you stepped over a boundary, and she stepped over my boundary. And we talked about boundaries several times on the Sammy Nicole and Fifi show and over here. You gotta teach people. You gotta set boundaries with people, and let people know. Who you talking to? I'm 60 years old. Who the hell you talking to? And it don't have nothing to do with you. I didn't cut in front of you. You were already ringing up your stuff. Just crazy, y'all. Just crazy, y'all. But we were over on Patreon last night, y'all. We had a good time. For the people who were not on there, I'm getting ready to pull the recording up and save it. It will be saved up under the paid file. We had a good time. They were telling me last night when I put the video up, make sure I put a disclaimer that it is sensitive. It was so sensitive that they were quiet. I think it kind of made some of them sad, talking about my second husband. So they told me to make sure when I put the video up to make sure I put a disclosure on it that it's a sensitive subject. So I will put a disclosure on it. But they thought it was sensitive, but it's just a chapter in my life that got me where I am now to help me to grow and be the woman that I am, and I survived it. I survived it. So that video will be up in Patreon, y'all. And the people who are in my Patreon, y'all can watch it. I usually try to save a lot of them. And if I don't remember to save them, just let me know and I can pull them up. But the one from last night, I am going to save it. Just where I talked about how I met my second husband at a very, 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 very young age. At a very, 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 very young age. I gave part of the story. There's several parts that I'll be sharing with that. And it's just to help people, just to let people know that you can get on the other side of stuff. It don't have to take you down. You don't have to look like what you've been through. And what I've been through, I shouldn't even be sitting here. But by the grace of God, he saw fit. Not because of me, but because of him. He saw fit that I'm here to tell my story, right? He saw fit. He loved me enough when I couldn't love myself, when I couldn't stand in the gap for myself. He loved me enough, and other people that love me enough. So I can sit here and tell my story and share stories. And it's to help people. And I'm healed from it. There was one point in life where I couldn't even talk about some of the stuff, y'all. I had blocked it out. I couldn't even talk about it. Right? I couldn't talk about, my second husband, how he, passed away, and what happened to him. I couldn't talk about that for a long time, But last night I shared a little bit of it. I didn't share all of it. Like I said, they were speechless, and the women in my Patreon are never speechless. They are never speechless. When I tell you the chat was quiet, baby, the chat was quiet. Okay, the chat was quiet last night. It was quiet. I had to ask them, was they still there? Okay, the chat was quiet last night. All right. The chat was quiet, but we had a good time on Patreon. The live went on for about 3 hours. My lives on Patreon on Saturday. I actually did it from my laptop. So I know on Wednesdays, y'all see me all over the place in the house, but I actually set up my laptop last night and y'all can actually see me talking because I wanted to make sure y'all could see me while I told the story about my second husband. So it's up. It's 3 hours long. I do go live on Patreon twice a week. I'm there. My people know I'm coming. I may be a little bit late, but they know I'm coming. I know I'm coming. And when we do get on there, we have a good time, y'all. We have a good time on Patreon. I am seriously thinking about making narrowing Patreon down and closing it out to the people that I have in there because I just don't want it to get big. I have a really good community over there. It's a safe place for us. We share over there. We kiki, we talk shit, we have fun. And so I'm really thinking about closing out the membership just to make it a really small. I don't want it to get big. I have over there now, I have about 15 paid members over there. I have about 40 members altogether. People do join for free, but you can't see anything that's paid. And the reason it's sensitive information, I need to know who's in there because we share a lot. I don't only share, but the people who are in there also share, right? And so it's like a girl, it's like a little social group for us, I would say. It's like a little social group for us. We're in there and we're having a good time. Like Wednesday night, I was in there. I had my robe on and I was sitting down eating chocolate and talking to my people on Patreon. And we was just kiki and giggling and, having a good time, for an hour. I don't be on long on Wednesdays because it's a work night. So we usually on there for about an hour. Some people jump in and some people are not in. But if you don't jump in, I always save it and you can always come back and watch my Patreons. So don't feel like, if you're paying your $10, some people are in for $5. The new people came in at 10. So don't feel like if you're paying and you miss a live, you can't see it. You can always go back and watch my lives. They are always saved. I can go in and save them. All of the lives are behind the paywall. If you come in for free, there are some things that I post for free. Maybe clips from TikTok or something like that. I may post those for free, but the lives are behind the paywall, y'all. And I do that because it's like a little private thing. It's a safe place. It's a safe place for us. And make sure you have your profile picture. I need to see your face. There's somebody in my Patreon. I know there's a couple of people in there that don't have a picture, but I know who that is. But there's another person that's in there and she's paid and she's been a paid member since I started back in August. I need to see your face. I need to see who you are because I need to make sure that everybody's in there is straight, and everybody's in there for good intentions because we have a good time over there. We really do. When I tell y'all we have a good time, we have a good time. Hey, my time. We have a good time. And what goes on in Patreon is that's the only thing I ask about the people who subscribe to my Patreon. I ask for you to keep it exclusively to Patreon. Okay. And I can see who's in there. You all can't see, but I can see when everybody comes in the room. I can see who you are. I can see when you leave. I can see how long, because I can look at my analytics and I can see. But my Patreon has been up since August. We're going into November. And y'all, it has just been a good little community for me to just be able to go into a place where, I talk about life. And that's how we do over there. We just talk about life. And sometimes people will share their experiences and sometimes they won't. And y'all, I even learned something because my community over here on Patreon and YouTube, you all are smart, you're insightful, you're witty, and I learned stuff from y'all. So like I said, on Wednesday night, we learned what a grower was. I had no idea what that was, and I think a couple of us in the chat didn't know what it was, but we learned something on Wednesday night. So on Wednesday night, we just have a good chit chat. I have videos over there. I think we did one video where I was cooking in the kitchen, and you can see me cooking, and I sat down and cooked, and I don't know what I cooked. What did I cook? I don't even remember what I cooked, but the videos are up. But the videos are there, and you can always go back and watch the video. So that's one tier. The $10 tier is one tier, and that's just my peace over loneliness tier. And then I have my $35 tier, which is you can go in and do that one time. And really, y'all, that $35 tier is a steal because that $35 tier, my time, my time. Yes. Oh, you're in my Patreon too. Yes, I love Patreon. You have great stories and insight. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad that you all are loving the Patreon. And I like the little group that we have now. So I'm really considering in the next 30 days, whoever is not in there, I think I'm gonna lock it down. I don't want it to get any big. I got 15 people now, and I think I'm gonna lock it down at 20. And although everybody is not in there at the same time, I think last night we may have had like 7 or 8 people in there. I think it was like 7 or 8 people in there last night. And some people come in and some people come out. A lot of people don't catch the lies, but they're always saved. So yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate that. My goodness, Allison. Yes. So I appreciate that, y'all. Okay, it's Allison. Okay. I appreciate you all rocking with me on Patreon. The $35 tier is our women empowerment tier. And what that tier offers is it's a business tier. Say, for instance, and I say women because I have a majority of women that have followed me on Patreon. I do have a couple of men that are in my Patreon for free. But the people who have paid for the membership, our majority are women. And I think I'm going to lock it down in a minute. But the $35 tier is the women empowerment tier. And that tier is out there. And what that tier gives you, which is a steal, because that tier is going to give you a small portion of what I do for my business consulting and my business coaching. For my business, innovative business consulting, I have a business package over there for $99. But inside my Patreon, I charge $35. So what you'll get, if you need it, you'll get ongoing business consulting or coaching. And you'll pay that $35 a month. And at, whatever point you feel like you don't need it anymore. So what it offers is initial execution. Say, Felicia, I want to start sugar scrub, turmeric, shea butter, body care business, and I don't know where to start. So you come into that $35 tier and you get a one-on-one with me. Just like I'm live on my Patreon in the other $10 level, you'll get that one-on-one with me. We can see, I can come up, or we can set up a Zoom, and I'll navigate you through the process of starting your LLC, on starting how to pretty much make money in your sleep. I think that we are in a time where if you're not making money in your sleep, you losing out. The economy is bad now, and you got to have multiple streams of income, y'all. That's just how it is. You got to have multiple streams of income. You need to be hearing your money chime in your sleep. All throughout the night, you want to hear money going off in your sleep. So that's what that particular level of Patreon is. It's just to help women be more empowering, or have empowerment with their financial stability, right? And I thought about that level is because there are so many women who are in toxic relationships and marriages that want a way out, but don't have the means of getting out financially, right? And I don't never want any woman to be in a situation where she feels like that she has to stay with a man, i.e. my mother, for 40 years, where you feel like you have to stay with a man because you don't have the financial means to leave that man, right? I don't never want a woman to be in a situation like that. So what I said is I'm going to have another tier to my Patreon where it's going to empower women to be financially successful, right? And to have multiple streams of income. And you will be surprised how you can create multiple streams of income. You will be surprised that some people are just creative. Like, for instance, I have a schoolmate. His wife, she's a doctor, but she wanted another stream of income, right? And she does mugs, and I bought a couple of her mugs, right? She does mugs where she put the Greek logos on the mug, whatever you want on a mug, a tumbler, a coffee cup, she does it, right? She does it. So she has multiple streams of income, you know, or on the other side of that, somebody that's married and in a toxic relationship and they depend on their husband for financial support, and they don't have any other income coming in but to go to their husband and say, baby, can you give me $50 because I want to go buy me a pair of shoes? I don't want none of us to be like that. I don't want none of the women in my community to depend on a man to give you money to go buy you a pair of shoes or to go get you something because you don't have it. I want him to give you his credit card and you still have your money too. You got your money and his money. So you double. Little bank take big bank. That's the way I want us to be. Right? I don't never want us to be in a situation where we got to depend on a man to provide us financially. We solely dependent on him. I don't never want us to be in that situation. So that's why I did the woman empowerment tier for $35. Just to drop in, you say, hey, Felicia, I want to do this. And then if you're done, you don't need me no more, cancel the membership. All of the memberships can be canceled at any point in time. You're not obligated to stay in the Patreon. You can cancel, you can get a membership, you can leave. I have had people who canceled. I have had people who canceled and who said, hey, I'm coming back. So it's an open door policy with Patreon. And the reason why I'm explaining this because I had somebody ask me about how it worked. And I get it. I would want to know as well too. I get it. So that's how my Patreon works. The link is in the bio. And I appreciate you all. I'm gonna get up off here and go watch Jamal Bryant. Okay, so I learned my lesson. I was dependent on my ex when he lost everything. See? Yes. Yes. Y'all hear that? I learned my lesson. I was dependent on my ex. When he lost everything, so did I. This is why I'm here. When I get comments like that, it just touches me to know that's confirmation that I'm supposed to be here doing what I'm doing. Yes. And we don't never want to be in a situation. I was in a situation like that. And we don't never want to be in a situation where we got to depend. We want to have ours and his, right? And if you are a housewife and a homemaker, still have your own. What better time to look into creating a LLC? The holidays are coming up. Tell your significant other, your partner, I want an LLC for Christmas. During the holidays, I run a special. Tell your significant other or your partner, I want an LLC for Christmas. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Okay? It's the gift that keeps on giving. A LLC, right? And for every service, there should be a product. You can generate a product, right? You can generate a product for every service, right? So yes, don't never be in a situation. And I'm glad you're on the other side of that. I'm glad you're on the other side, and I'm glad you're here. You too, woman of wealth. So I'm about to get off here and enjoy my day and get myself together. But this was our Sunday chit chat, and I'm getting ready to pull up the Patreon and save it so y'all can go back and see it. And I talk to y'all next week. Y'all know I'll be on my lunchtime chit chats. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good one. Have a great week. I'll talk to y'all later. Let me see what this. I was left with my baby and nothing. Best thing I could have ever done. Yes. Yes. Yes, y'all. So make sure you have multiple streams of income. Just think about what you want to do. And now things are so innovative. You can get stuff going on your own. With if you just, need to do the $35 with me, I can give you some tips how you can really do things on your own. So I'll talk to y'all later. Be great on purpose. Bye.